ji m tetara ụla o sakwa aka m n'ebe arịrị egbue m arịrị egbue m kedu ndị nọ na midia na-agba Nnamdi Kanu mgba ndị nọ na midia na-agba Nnamdi Kanu mgba ibere megbue unu ibere megbue unu nnekwu ụmụnne unu nọ n'ụlọ mbaka Fulani na-egbucha ise onye jee ugbo buru ọnwụ ya onye jee kọkọ ubi o buru ọnwụ ya kedu ibe jiri gbuo iko nsọ kedu na ibe jiri gbuo iko nsọ ka eburu egbe gbaa iko nsọ ebe agbawu unu iko nsọ eburu mma gbuo iko nsọ mma egbu n'ini iko nsọ ewewere ekpirikpi wee kugbuo odogwu sekọnụ nzọgwụ na arịrị egbue m sekọnụ nzọgwụ na sekọnụ nzọgwụ anyị nwere na be anyị sekọnụ nzọgwụ na arịrị egbue m iko nsọ merụ gịnị kedu ibe iko nsọ merue iko nsọ pụtara kwechilo na-eje ga-ejide na nna ya mebie n'ihu ebe ọ nọ ndụ ọjọọ iko nsọ pụtara welụsị na n'Igbo jadị mma iko nsọ pụtara welụsị na Biafra jadị mma iko nsọ welụsị na ndị nne ga-ejebekwa ọrụ ugbo be iko nsọ pụtara kwue na ndị Fulani ejega anọzi na n'Igbo be anyị ka ya zụọ ha na nna ya ọkụ ya ka ejiri jide iko nsọ gbue ọkụ ya ka ejiri jide iko nsọ gbue eburu egbe gbagide odogwu iko nsọ egbe bụ na iko nsọ ahụ ejiri mma gbuo odogwu mma egbu na iko nsọ ewewere ekpirikpi wee kuwe sekọnụ nzọgwụ be anyị ọ na-anya abụzi ihe ụwọ dị n'akụ aka ụwọ dị na-amụ amụ ebe n'ebe egbue arịrị egbue m arịrị egbue m arịrị egbue na odeji njim egbue arịrị egbue m arịrị egbue odeji njim arịrị ememe ibe arịrị na-egbu m kedizi ibe jiri were jide ndị otu chaka uwe ya bụ ndị Boko Haram ejidere ndị Boko Haram jeta ibe na mkpọrọ abalị one ejerulere izibe banaba mgbe ejeru gbaba ndị Boko Haram ka agbawusi ebe ndị Awụsa niile binie si na na-eme minority na bebe si agbazikwe n'ebe kedizi ibe iko nsọ mere ejiri gbagbu na iko nsọ aka ndị be anyị dị ya aka ndị be anyị dị n'ọnwụ iko nsọ aka ndị be anyị dị n'ọnwụ iko nsọ mana onye Igbo maọbụ onye Biafra ma aka ya dị n'ọnwụ iko nsọ udene jeri ozugo udene jeri ozugo udene jeri ozugo udene jerio arịrị ekwe m ya bụ na ndị Awụsa nwere nkebe je kpachie ya bụ na ndị Yoruba nwere nkebe kpachie Igbo bụ nke anyị ka anyị na-egbu arịrị ekwe m arịrị ekwe m arịrị ekwe m akwa ekwe m egbu ebe iko nsọ egbu ebe iko nsọ ndị igwe nwere na be anyị ya wee jere were safisketi ikpanye unu n'aka were safisketi akpanyere unu n'aka were ka ejie ndị igwe ibe ọ bụ na-emebeziene na Igbo be anyị ibe ọ bụ na-emebene na Biafra mee ibe ọ bụ na-emebene kama eji akpọ ndị igwe akpọba ndị ọha na eze ndị Igbo ibe ndị Naijiria emebene akpọba ọha na eze ndị Igbo ọha na eze ndị Igbo bụ ndị igwe ọha na eze ndị Igbo na-abụ ndị igwe ọkwa ndị igwe ka ọ na-abụ ọjọọ njọ ndị igwe pụta kwechiri ọkwa ndị igwe ka ọ na-abụ onwe ka o siri dị na Igbo banyị ndị igwe pụta wee sị na be eje ga-ekwe ewelu safisketi kpanyeba ndị igwe welu kechie ndị igwe dobe arịrị egbue m onye nwere nke o nwere na biya o jisie ya ike nke anyị nwere badị nya ka anyị wetara emebibo Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, jisiko, hariri ekwe no de jinjime ekwe na nyamila wananya o, yo bwe ikonsa na, odogwe nwero na Biafra mana, hariri ekwe mo.
As we continue to mourn the very great and talented Ikonso, which means the chalice of God, the Holy Grail himself.
Ikonso, Biafran warrior, Ikonso. Freedom fighter man, Ikonso is our hero. Ikonso in a resting at the paradise.
You fought like a soldier, and you died like a soldier. You never betrayed our motherland. Your legacy lives on.
You are a gallant soldier, a fervent soldier, benevolent soldier. My brother, you will live on. Ikonso, you will live on. Ikonso, you are a hero. Ikonso,
Okike bahade,
To be avenged. It was disappointed unto man to die only but once. It is the way you die that matters. It is the way you exit the stage that matters.
The sudden death is unbearable. I feel the pain from my innermost heart. It's just hard to say goodbye, my hero.
Ebani no nechebe kasino to guanana. You left us, but you live on.
On Obogo, Antekwala Biafra, Njinji Chireji, Ala Juroye, Iya Inuruta, ESN Commander, Umunne Rarayanye, Ikonso Mwola.
You are innocent. You offended nobody, but they choose to kill you. You offended nobody, but they choose to kill you. We revenge now.
There will be no mercy. There will be no mercy. I'm telling you that we will let that heaven fall. That will not perish. Because it's the will and the vision of the sky in the evening.
Ikonso, your death will be remembered.
Ikonso, you are a hero.
As Biafrans mourn you, the whole world mourns you too.
It truly pains my heart that you are no more.
You are a hero.
The shock can never go out from my heart that you are no more. Continue fighting.
You are a hero.
Your sacrifices will never be forgotten. We will get Biafra. Reincarnate soon.
And Ikonso will be avenged without apologies to any idiot wherever in the world. And work is ongoing to that effect, and we're not going to stop until the heads are complete. 2,000 of them.
our supreme leader, our leader and I the line Benisi. When I choke walking up Yama, yet they go to Navi. You can really Biafra, indigenous people of Biafra. No guy can live in Lanyaka, no network can you know Lisa Jaka. I take I come. Get to Fulondo ha, Maka Biafra struggle. Yes, Israel, Kanu, Yana Loya, Lola Ugete, Nena Kanu, Nena, our supreme leader. I say, Pura
Eastern Security Network ọkwa ha nọrọ onwe ha ndị abịa ebulogo wee bịaba ndị na-eche Biafra nche ọkwa ha nọrọ onwe ha ndị abịa ebulogo wee bịaba mana ọ bụ gịnị ka anyị na-anụzi ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ ọ bụ gịnị ka anyị na-anụ ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ akwa onye ọbụla nọ n'ọsọ ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ na ndị amị biko ejene jene jene ndị amị biko ejene jene jene ndị amị ejebe egbusizienu ndị amị ụmụ ụwa eje na-atụ onye ụta brọda m na-ekwughị ekwu melụ ọnụ gị na melụti ọkụkọ ntị ike na ife n'idofe Eastern Security jisie n'ike n'ọlụ ndị na-eche Biafra jisie n'ike n'ọlụ ife salụ fame anyị enwe mmeri ọ bụ gịnị ka anyị na-anụzi ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ ọ bụ gịnị ka anyị na-anụzi ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ ọ bụ gịnị ka a na-akọzi ifenu ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ agụ aka n'ọdụ onye aba na nwa agụ aka n'ọdụ ma ọ dị ndụ ma nwụrụ anwụ ọ bụ gịnị ka anyị na-anụzi ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ ọ bụ gịnị na-eme n'ọlụ ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ ọ bụ gịnị na-emenụ n'ime obodo ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ ọ bụ gịnị na-eme n'ọlụ ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ Chukwu okike bịa amaghị amama amasị amasị anyị ma na ịnọ n'ọlụ isi ike n'ọlụ ọma gị n'oge ikele anyị isi ike n'ọlụ ọma gị n'oge ikele anyị ọ bụ gịnị ka anyị na-anụzi ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ ọ bụ gịnị ka anyị na-anụzi ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ kedu ife na-eme n'ọlụ ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ ọ bụ gịnị ka a na-akọzi ndị amị ha nọ n'ọsọ webruchubekene mụ ka nje kenezi ọha madike Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ifi na-eme doro gị anya ifi na-eme doro gị anya ọrụ na-alụ doro gị anya ọrụ na-alụ doro gị anya Mazi Nnamdi Kanu isi ekwe ike n'ọlọma gị azụ gị n'azụ isi ike n'ọlọma gị ewe mmeri isi ike n'ọlọma gị ifi na-eme dị anyị ma obi agbawala ndị bịara igbusi ụmụnna anyị na ndị amị bike jene 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 ndị amị bike jene 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 ndị amị ejebe egbusizienu ndị amị ụmụ oweje na-atọ onye ụtọ brọda m na-ekwughị ekwu melanụ ekwanụ gị nọbelụ ntị ọkụkọ ntị ike na ife n'itofe aka m bụkwa nwanne unu nwoke Samuel nwanna ga ọ ga-adịrị unu na mma wedịkwarụ m ụmụ Chukwu okike abịa ma enwere ofe obi anyị ga-enweta ife anyị na-achọ brother mo. Thank you. I'm to your brother Samuel.
Chazere na nye n'ụzọ ka anyị naba
fellow Biafrans and lovers of freedom. I am Edmond Sumu, the former deputy PRO, IPOB Brazil, under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or Hamadike. We want to congratulate IPOB all over the world for their job well done by setting up instant security network, and also to warn eastern governors and senators to keep up the way Umuchukwu Kabia Magata. Obonye biari ku nwa ruto bụ na nwa biari ka nwa na obunu odi ana ka ga no kubezi nnewu Eastern governors nye na-efe n'ụzọ asa ebe nwata na-ebe akwa na-atụ aka nne ga anọ ya nna ya nọ ya nye na ya efe n'ụzọ onye kacha ntukwu ụzọ ife ọkpụkala owele o na ife obi kọtụkọrọ Strapo no Biafra kano na fana bago Kezivono na kuchizili n'ụzọ Obune mego Nigeria kufula ndiwe Chazere na nye n'ụzọ ka anyị naba Onye bịara iku nwa Rute n'ọbụ na nwa bịara iku anwụ na n'ụlọ Ogini ko gemezino O biara ije
nwoke si akwado, anyị ejike ka nwoke si ejike. Iche onye iche anyị atụ onye iche nọ, ife n'anya n'ome. Anyị akwado ka nwoke si akwado, anyị ejike ka nwoke si ejike. Iche onye iche anyị atụ onye iche nọ, ife n'anya n'ome.
Onye nna maka mazina na IPOB kwadola kwado. IPOB bụ atakata abụọ, anụ nụrụ onye ụsa. Ị na-ama IPOB aka ị na-ezuzu ezu, gị nara abụ ụzọ bụ ị nara anụ ife. Onye kachi ntị kwutu ụzọ ife ọfụla owele ọ maka ndị sabotuas na afa na ọsọ na-eme a na-agwa oji ntị na agha ezu. Ọkwara onye ju ogbugbo nwụrụ udo. Iso security network abatago na Fulani nọ n'ọsọ nọ, ndị sabotu nọ n'ọsọ nọ, ndị ọha na eze nọ n'ọsọ.
ESL, where do we stay? If not for IPOB, tell me where do I go? If not for ESL, where do we stay? IPOB, thank you. ESL, thank you. IPOB, thank you. ESL, thank you.
ESL is chasing away criminals in our land, in the Biafra land.
If I will be truly messed up, but right now we are fully secure. It's cannot talk how feel about the things you do for love.
Are we struggling to stand for our rights? We say thank you for protecting Biafra land.
Yeah, you've been fighting so hard, protecting motherland against the Fulani's enemies of Biafra land.
They are the soldiers that we know, roses of God and keep us safe.
For IPOB, tell me where do I go? For ESL, where do we stay? If not for IPOB, tell me where do I go? For ESL, where do we stay? IPOB, thank you.
Thank you, ESL.
Thank you. IPOB, thank you. ESL, thank you.
I say never slow down until our enemies are down. Yeah. You've been the power I can rely on. That is a fact that I can't deny.
Champion soldiers fighting stronger and protecting lives. The pain you feel today will be the joy you feel tomorrow.
We say yes to you, yes, like every day. Cause if it's not for
IPOB, tell me where do I go? If not for ESL, where do we stay? If not for IPOB, tell me where do I go? If not for ESL, where do we stay? IPOB, we thank you. We fight ESL, we thank you. IPOB, we say, so we see ESL, thank you.
we are grateful to God for yourself, for pressing your elbows. Thank you.
Oh yes, ESL is here.
Long live ESL, long live IPOB, long live our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All hail Biafra. Biafra, we hail you. Support ESL wherever you are.
Anywhere we gonna sow the blessings of the Lord they follow us. Anywhere we gonna sow the blessings of the Lord they follow us. Who gonna go man? We never hear go here. Say that problem come. We are the best. We are the best now. We are the body one. We have come to freedom time. Every day keep on praying to God. sun is shining, it's shining all over Biafra. We are the best. We give thanks to God for the blessings on us. Let's go to our freedom time. Freedom time. Give us freedom to God. Freedom to God. It's our freedom time. It's our freedom. So we keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Okay, are you ready? Smack you, on the microphone. You don't tell where we the fight for this freedom. You don't tell where we the fight for this freedom. All we need is the referendum. 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 Tell me what you do, tell me what you do, tell me what you see, tell me what you see, tell me what you know. What we talking about the referendum? Makani fele meli no wanana moko Miami. Oh you see, I have to go for long. We just become slave for long. Back in the days, we know what's up. I am a farmer, but because of Uru, the focus to come out. I remember when my father they tell me about the war, then spending so much money just to collaborate. India agony, India sugar. Success in one way, typically go man. You don't tell where we fight for this freedom. You don't tell where we fight for this freedom. All we need is the referendum. 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 You don't tell where we fight for this freedom. To poke it up my eye, rescue your children. Even if I can't say one never, make we no mind all this politicians. No mind never just come around and promise us heaven and earth. You no go see anything after the election. No election in Biafra land. We go sit at home that day, make you no forget. Is the princess success you have your partner no son. Nnamdi Kanu, Chukuga gozi ringi. Biafra the motherland, Chukuga gozi ringi. You don't tell where we fight for this freedom. You don't tell where we fight for this freedom. All we need is the referendum. All we need is the referendum.
They shook to separate. Life's don't go, people don't find things, so don't spoil it. But you could start to get, but you could fight to the death. But you could try to stop and slow, but Nigerian government refused. Somewhere for Ghana, them discuss restructuring. there was problem and they agreed to restructure Nigeria. On the 4th and 5th of January 1967, General Gowon Ideja, he accepted the Aburi Accord. General Ankara Ideja, Colonel Ujuku Ideja, and they accept the Aburi Accord, and they must accept restructuring. But when they come back, Nigeria government refused the deal, causing problem. They divide people into three. Them execute genocide on us and them call them war. Them kill my people plenty. Them call them war. Them kill our mama. Them kill our papa. Them kill our uncle. Them kill our aunt. Them kill small children, Them kill 5 million people, Them kill the people where demand for restructuring, Some other people who demand for restructuring, After 4 days, them still the kill, them still the shoot, them still the war. But today, everybody they run, helter-skelter. Everybody they run, headsmen they kill, terrorists to shoot, government to thief. God to don't reject Nigeria. Devil don't punish Nigeria. Nigeria government to kill my people for genocide. Our body situational understatement. Now everybody that you come out for the matter. As this matter one carry many people go. Discuss for Buriako. Now we didn't have a way no call. Let's talk about Buriako. Now we didn't have a Buriako. Now we didn't discuss for Buriako. Now we didn't make a way no call. Nigeria they like this today because nobody talk the truth. Nigeria they like this today because government na lie. Them go use a shit for church and media go claim the shit. In our curriculum for school, they not teach us our history. Now where we go learn, now how we go learn. When the Kanu come save us, Nigerian government teaches them. Nigeria government arrest them. Nigerian government to shoot them. Them using media pink and black. They're making Nigerians hate the truth. Now which day where we go wake up? Now which time where we go stand? Nigerians no one here. Nigerians no one do. Nigerians no one learn. We dey dance to the government tune. They kill us, they do us. They deceive us, they confuse us. They give our land to strangers, Our eyes come open. They give our land to strangers, Nigerians come wake up. Suddenly, yeah, what don't happen? Nigerians say talking, say they want restructuring. Nah, make it up. Suddenly, suddenly, you're waiting, no juku, see it don't happen, no. Nigerians say talking, say they want restructuring. Nnamdi Kanu wake Nigerians, everybody come open eye, Nigerians they cry, say they want restructuring. Plenty of my people who want a referendum, them no want restructuring, And Nigerians they cry, say they want restructuring. God to don't reject Nigeria. Devil don't punish Nigeria. Nigeria government to keep my people for genocide. Our battle situational understatement. Now everybody that you come out for the matter. As this matter one carry many people go. Let's talk about Buriako. Now we didn't have for Buriako. Now we didn't discuss for Buriako. Now we didn't have way no call. Let's talk about Buriako. Now we didn't have for Buriako. Now we didn't discuss for Buriako. Now we didn't make a way no call.
Let's be our friends wherever you are. around the world, we are welcoming you to our live presentation this very morning, our question and answer session this very day. But first of all, before I proceed, I must profusely and profoundly apologize for our late coming this morning. We're about 6 minutes late or thereabout. I was undergoing some medical examination, so that was why the doctor was a bit late. I was struggling and trying to get him to finish on time, but now they are done, so I must apologize. I hate doing anything late. I am a very good timekeeper, I should say, and I do not like people who do not take their timing very seriously, so I do apologize, and I believe that you have forgiven me for being 6 minutes late this morning. I do profoundly and, should I say, deeply apologize for coming late this morning. But we are here, we are live, and we are direct. And as always, heaven is bearing us witness. I understand that all our platforms are go. All our platforms are working. There is no problem. We are on Instagram. Please, for those of you who do not know, at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu official, please, on Instagram, try to share that very link as much as possible, especially for those of you who happen to be on Facebook, because I do believe that when this very program hots up, the forces of evil and of darkness will try to interrupt our transmission on that very platform. Therefore, I am asking you, please, to be prepared to switch to either Twitter, to IPOB Community Radio, to Instagram, to Radio Biafra app, to tune in anyhow you wish to listen to us, even on YouTube. We are on YouTube on University of Radio Biafra. You should be able to participate this very morning. I am warning those of you who are listening to me via my official Facebook page, the fan page itself. In fact, we are also on my own personal page on Facebook. Not a lot of you know this, but that very page is authentic, it is genuine, it is mine. How you know is if you go there now, we are streaming on that very platform. I welcome each and every one of you. And this very morning is the last morning I will take calls from those of you who are not on Twitter. Anytime we have question and answer session again, or we have an interactive session, if you do not have a Twitter account, I will not take your call. If you do not have a Twitter account, you will not speak on Radio Biafra, please. Very, very critical, you understand. We expect everybody to be on Twitter. Even if you're not doing anything, just follow us on Twitter and simply retweet if you don't know what to do. Everybody must be on Twitter. Everybody must be on Twitter, please. Very, very important this morning. And I am going to pray. As soon as I finish praying, of course, we shall proceed to open the lines for us to begin to take your calls. But as I said, today is the last day of grace. When you call next time, you must be on Twitter. And you're not going to lie to me, please. Everybody must be on Twitter. I don't care if you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 accounts on Twitter. The more, the merrier. Go to Twitter and open a Twitter account. Is an order from me, please. Very, very important. Because the forces of darkness and of iniquity on Facebook, they are trying to stifle what we are doing. We must continue our relentless march towards freedom. Please, I welcome all of you and also welcome those of them who are around you. There are some people who are still sleeping. There are some people who, for one reason or the other, may not be able to reach their listening device this morning. Endeavor to inform them that we are live and that we are direct and this very morning. And as always, the truth and the gospel of redemption will be preached on this noble platform, this glorious platform, this Radio Biafra. Let us pray very, very briefly. And I will, of course, pray, as always, the Lord's Prayer. A very simple prayer. And after praying, then I will address the nonsensical, idiotic, and hopeless propaganda by DSS. A bunch of liars, as Lugard quite rightly said, that the Fulani people are liars. You cannot trust them. That's what Lugard said, the creator of the zoo. And this morning, we shall put to bed their lies against me and this very noble family regarding the state of worship in the land of Biafra come the 30th of May. Our Lord and our God who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Let thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on this earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our sins as we forgive those who sin against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, now and forevermore, we pray. He say, that is the prayer that Yeshua prayed when the disciples asked him and said to him, Rabbi, teach us how to pray. Because we are all the children of God Almighty in heaven. That is why we must pray to God now and always. And this very morning I am going to give you a series of phone numbers to call. Of course, some of you may be able to get to us via Signal. Some of you may also be able to get to us via WhatsApp if you wish to do so. Because I made an investigation, we can at least, for the purposes of this very presentation this morning, we are willing to take your calls via WhatsApp as well. But in terms of intra-communication, our Android is almost ready. It's ready, and we are waiting for our iOS, which is an Apple. Then to now launch our app that is very safe and very secure, and we can begin to switch over to that very platform. So it is very imminent, and we are working very hard to make sure that we do that. But before I open our lines this morning, first of all, I want to address a cheap local Tombo bar. You know Tombo? You know, we have bar, we have wine bar, and we have Tombo bar. There is a kind of gossip going around. Tombo gossip, you know, the one you have in the village bar where they eat oil green seed or with hunkobi, and you know Tombo. You know, when you go to wine bar, you drink wine, you drink cocktails, you're well dressed and all the rest of it. When you go to Tombo, you can be coming from maybe harvesting angara in the farm. You come in and you branch into Tombo bar. You want to drink a bottle of palm wine with Tomba. You know, the type of gossip you hear there is different from the one you hear in high-end exclusive wine bars. You know that very well. DSS has descended to what I call village Tombo gossip. I woke up this morning to some ridiculousness. I think they started peddling it from yesterday. That somehow there are not going to be any church services on the 30th. If we don't go to church, if we don't go to the temples and the synagogue to pray for the safe repose of the souls of those that have died, where are we supposed to do it? We are going, every church that very day in Biafra land on the 30th is going to pray for the souls of our dear departed, including the very gallant Ikonso. You don't understand that? That's what's going to happen. Nobody is going to ban any church services. Nobody has the right to. Because you cannot, nobody can interfere with the faith and worship of people. Do you understand it? That is number one. And number two, I also read this morning, of course it's DSS, because I came out to defend them back. They have to look for a way to try and strike back. You know the way they behave, as idiotic as they are. You know how they behave. They say that when Biafra comes, every Catholic church, every Anglican church will be converted to a synagogue or a Judaic temple. These people are fools. They are so useless. I have said it time and time again on this platform and in every other place where I have been interrogated on this issue of religion. And allow me to clarify this morning, and with which I think that some of you that actually know me will understand that I cannot say such a thing. To start with, that is the Fulani in their desperation to bring their age-long divide and rule. No, that's what they do best. To see, can we put enmity between them? Let us try and lie about Nnamdi Kanu to see if they will hate him and stop following him. The same thing they did to the people so-called South. The same thing they did to those of them who foolishly refer to themselves as Niger Delta. The same thing they tried to do between Anambra and Imo when the East was there. The same division they brought between Ikwere, that is Igbo, and the Igbo land itself. The same thing they try to do with the likes of the great harlot herself in Abuja, Loreto Onochie, and Neoma, and also Igbo land. The same thing they try to do with us and the Igbo people who are in Cross River State. The same thing they try to do between us and the Igbo people who are in Akwa Ibom. The same thing they try to do between us and the Igbo people who are in Kogi State. They have come again now with church. Because they know that some of us are very foolish and very stupid. When it comes to religion, all our senses, all our thinking faculty goes to the dustbin. Allow me to reiterate very categorically and unequivocally this very morning that in the land of Biafra, if you want to worship one area, a chick, picking of chicken, let me put it that way, you are free to do so. You can worship because nobody can interfere with your mode or who you worship. That is why in the greatest religion of all time, which is Biafran religion, a modern interpretation of which is Judaism, they do not do preaching, they don't go on evangelism. Because it is between you and your God. Anything your conscience tells you, is what you're going to do. And nobody can interfere. That is why in our land, in times gone by, in various communities or villages, depending on their, should I say, on their disposition, they choose to worship whatever deity they want. It's not your business. Have you ever heard in times gone by that people from Ibeku can maybe go to a place like Esnehitembisa and tell them that Agraba Ajala, Chokoneze, they are the local deity, that they shouldn't worship it anymore? Have you heard of that before? Because nobody can interfere or come between you and your God. That is why every great religion, in fact the greatest religion you have, is Biafran religion. You don't go about trying to convert people. No, you don't. It is between that person and his God. That is why anything you want to worship now, until Biafra comes and beyond, you are free to do so. Nobody is going to interfere with church services. Never, not now, not tomorrow, not ever. Nobody can even stop you from going to native doctor. If that is what you want to do, that is entirely your business. Nobody can. So we must put to bed all this stupid, wishy-washy, idiotic propaganda by DSS of the zoo. That's all they specialize in. Bandits are ravaging their villages, making their life a misery. All they can do is to sit down somewhere and gossip about something they know nothing about. There will be church services on the 30th. People that want to go to church, they are free to do so. If they want to, but every church must pray to Elohim in heaven for the safe repose of the souls of those that died in the Holocaust. That was the Biafran War, and ever since up until this very day. Now our lines are effectively open and we are going to take your calls. For those of you who do not know, I have over 26,000 missed calls. Unbelievable. 26,000. 26,000. Can you believe that? 26,000 missed calls. Can you believe that? On Signal alone. Let me give you the number this morning with which you can and must be able to reach us. If it will open, I know that some of you have it already. This +44 is a UK number. +44 77 61 82 53 46. I repeat, +44 77 61 82 53 46. That is on Signal. That is the Signal line. I am now going to give you the line for WhatsApp as well. The WhatsApp line, what you will see there is Radio Biafra University. The WhatsApp line is +1 34 63 99 01 88. Let us take this very call this morning. This first caller this very day, give us your name and where you're calling us from. We are live and we are direct. Even heaven and the angels are listening.
Good morning, sir. I'm Evangelist Susan Kumokike calling from Biafra land.
Thank you very much, Evangelist, for calling.
I continue to strengthen you. You see? Please, what I want to find out from you this morning is that I was told that you suspended all prayer programs on radio, including the Passover. I've been trying to find out, because I know that you said what we are doing is 90-something% spiritual.
Yes.
So the normal prayer the IPOB pastors organize on radio, they said you suspended it.
I cannot suspend prayer because I pray before I start this program anytime I'm on air. I pray for all of you 7 times every blessed day. I pray 4 times in the morning. I say 4 prayers in the morning, and I say 3 prayers in the evening on your head and the head of every IPOB family member and every Biafran and every lover of freedom. I even pray for Oduduwa nation to come. I pray for Middle Belt nation to come. I cannot, will not stop prayers. Please go back on air and continue to pray, because right now we have people who are dedicatedly praying for the restoration of Biafra, because something people do not understand is for a nation to move forward, there must be those praying for that very nation 24 hours every blessed day. We have those who are holy praying for us every blessed day. Their job is to pray. They are everywhere. They are in synagogues, they are in temples, they are in churches. They are praying every blessed day, I can assure you. The same way it is even in Rome. When you go to Rome, don't you have convent? Don't you have monasteries, people praying? If you go to England, the same thing. If you go to Germany, the same thing. If you go to Russia, the same thing. If you go to the US, the same thing. If you go to Canada, the same. Even in Japan, Shinto monks are praying for their nation. So prayer is very, very important, and we must continue to do so. Thank you very, very much. Return back on air and continue to pray. I have another caller on the line. This caller, give us your name and where you're calling us from. This is Radio Biafra. Can you hear me? No, they are not paying attention. The caller on the line, please, can you hear me?
Master Positive.
Please give us your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, sir. My name is Jim Deko from Texas.
From Texas, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mazi. I was actually reading through a write-up about the Fulani agenda, which is something that you have always talked about. But Mazi, I wanted to talk about 2 things. First of all, the assemblage of the native doctors by the Ebonyi State Governor, Umahi. I know, that's a topic that should not really be discussed on Radio Biafra, but I just want to speak out to any one of them or anybody that has their information to make sure they get as much money as they can from that man and pay it into ESN account, because we need all that money from the government, the ones that Umahi has stolen and stashed that away. And on Mbaka, our father, Reverend Father Mbaka, now that, we are supporting him as we should, as our own that he is, he should as well speak up more on the issue of the Biafran people, and he should be in defense of IPOB. And if possible, he should encourage his members. He should open a unit there at the Adoration Ground, because we are all indigenous people of Biafra, and that is something that he has to do. Then the other one is the Arabic school in Ebonyi State. The information that I got is that these hoodlums, these terrorists go over there to hide, and from there they launch their attacks. So the unknown government should pay them a visit. I know it's not ours to discuss, but everybody that knows what to do should go and do what they need to do over there. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you very, very much. And regarding the issue of Mbaka and preaching of the gospel, and for him to set up a family unit, there is something that we must try to understand. Did you hear when Mbaka was talking about Biafra and myself, the way the crowd responded? Go and watch the entire clip. He said many things and the crowd responded. When he mentioned my name, go and observe how the crowd reacted. Everybody there is a Biafran. Even Mbaka himself is also a Biafran. Sometimes it is a case of misunderstanding or people not being able to appreciate the enormity of this very project that Elohim has mandated us to execute here on this very earth. Sometimes our people do not understand. The same thing with the governors.
because of the penny half, the peanuts they are picking up from the table, because they want to appear relevant. They do not see the potency of what we are preaching. They don't understand the liberation that will come via this very noble family of IPOB. Or sometimes they know, they choose to ignore it. That's entirely their business. And regarding the other things that you mentioned, of course, I don't know who the non-gunmen are, but I do know that wherever they see injustice, they will tackle it in our land. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. I have another caller on the line. This caller, can you hear me, please? Yes, please give us your name and where you're calling us from, please, if you may.
Martins, calling from Indonesia.
From Indonesia. Your name is what?
Yes, sir. Okemri O. Martins.
Okay, please go ahead. We are listening. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
So I want to thank you for all your effort that you're doing towards our living, because your fight is for our living. I so much appreciate your effort, and I so much appreciate the love you have for the Biafrans. Where I want to point hand on is based on the issue of misunderstanding IPOB and the other Biafra groups. I want to emphasize on that by saying, how can we collaborate with them to work together? Because the case now is that if any other issue that comes up now, the way the agitation is going on, one may fight each other. The way I'm saying things, please, how can we collaborate with each other to make sure that everybody carry along? Like aside Okobo was the cancerous of them. Please, how can we collaborate and make sure that everything works together? Because we are in the battlefield that we don't need to have any differences. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Are you implying or suggesting that we should collaborate with people who are openly working for the zoo, working for Mietiala? Is that what people are saying? Are you telling me that somebody that collects payments from Saudi Arabia is somehow going to be a part and parcel of what we are doing? We must be disciplined at all times. The discipline we have in IPOB, I do not believe that any other collection of people have it. That is why, okay, how come they started before us? Let me ask you this question. They started before us, but they are being invited to a meeting courtesy of what IPOB has been able to do, not because of what they themselves have done. The only reason why people are calling for a meeting is to see if there is any way they can bring IPOB to the table. Is that not correct? That's what they're trying to do. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, let me ask you a question. If these people that you're asking us, why can't they come and join IPOB? Why must everybody open their own shop? Oh, come, let's collaborate. How many of people are there? The hotel building moron that keeps yapping every blessed day, how many people are following him? Let him come out for a rally. People who stood him outside. I passed through over and over, was locked down in 2017. I was only passing through over. I did not go to, I passed only through over. Over was closed down completely. I want that hotel building demon working for Yetiana. Let him come out and hold a rally outside. He will be stoned. You will not see up to 500 people there. Let him go and try and see. Now, you see, we must, there has to come a time when we stop behaving like fools. We must stop behaving like fools and stop being sentimental for the sake of it. These people that are everywhere are organizing themselves. How many people are you? How many of you?
Sir, sorry for interrupting. Sir, those people don't have numbers. But they only have few people that they're using as a saboteurs.
Then it is, listen to me, it is your job to subdue them. Listen to me, it is your job to subdue them with the superiority of your argument. If they bring out what they are doing and lay it side by side with what IPOB is doing, nobody in their right senses will follow them. Nobody with brain in their skull. All they do is they gossip. Do I talk about them? I don't talk about them because I know they have nothing to offer. I focus on IPOB. Why not? Why must you be on your own? Because let me tell you one thing. Any day we go to that meeting now, they will record anything that we say. They go to their masters in the north and say, oh, I know how to get Nnamdi Kanu to calm down. We were in a meeting together, trust me, as they have been doing. They will take money from the zoo government. They will take money from the governors. Even the governors we are going to Aso Rock and collecting money, saying they can reach me. They don't know I will hear all these things. The same people that they met said, oh, please, we want to dialogue with you direct. How do we get hold of you? And I told them that the time hasn't come yet. We must avenge the death of all those that they killed. When we are even, when we are equal, then we can consider that. The only thing we can even discuss is referendum. Look at those people. What have they done? People get together, issue press statements, and what have you done on the ground to sensitize people? Do they know how much money we are paying in Washington for our consultants over there? Do they know how far we have gone all over the world? Do you think that Britain can wake up one morning and say to Nigeria, we can no longer help you? Just out of the blue, people did not do any work. Do they know the amount of work that even you yourself is doing? Do you think that those of you who have all the e-warriors that we have, do you think that your job is in vain? How do you think that EU, Angela Merkel, can come and tell Nigeria, go and solve your own problem? EU told Nigeria, you know the solution to your problem, apply it, which is dialogue. Telling the Fulani what to do. Go and do what you must do to save that place that you call your country. Why do you think that happened? Do you think that Britain just woke up one morning and decided to call IPOB and the others persecuted people? If you are a freedom fighter, listen to me carefully, all of you who are listening. Freedom fighter, if you are a freedom fighter, you must be consistent. You don't change. And I'm not saying that if you get a superior advice, you will not take it. When people advise us, we take it. If you advise me this morning and your advice is good, I will take it. Heaven knows I will take it and I will apply it. But not when you have nothing. The only thing you have is envy and jealousy. The only thing you have is negotiating with Dangote to bring you cement so you can build a hostel. The only thing you know is to sit down with BBC and be talking rubbish every blessed day. What are your plans? What plans do you have? You know you have nothing. Now what I expect the idiots to do is to collapse that nonsense that he has and ask his people, go and join IPOB. Because that is where the idiot said yesterday. I was listening to him. I hate talking about people, but I will talk about him this morning. The fool said yesterday that if they are serious about getting Biafra, they must join hands with everybody. But you told us that Biafra had come already. That's what this idiot told us, that Biafra is already here, that he has a government, he has a prime minister, all of them claiming they have Biafra government. Why can't you go to Ibonya and fight Fulani headsmen? It was IPOB that did it. IPOB did it in such a way that at the end of the day, Umahi opened his mouth and said, we no longer have Fulani headsmen in Ebonyi. It was done by IPOB and our volunteer command. Do you understand me? What have these people done?
Yes, sir.
They have absolutely nothing. They have done nothing for our people. It's only to be gossiping, yapping rubbish every blessed day, making noise so that they can be noticed by Abuja to give them money. We cannot work with them. Never, ever, ever. If they want to work with us, they should come out publicly and say, IPOB is the moving train. We are going to join them, as South Africans did with ANC. Thank you very much. I have another caller on the line. This caller, can you hear me? If you can, please be kind enough to give us your name and where you're calling from, if you may.
Yeah, Mazi, good afternoon. My name is Mazi Chinedu, calling from Cambodia.
From Cambodia, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, Mazi, I just want to just put a light on what I've said before for the benefit of doubt. Because I happened to run into some people where they were arguing on some statements you made some time ago on your broadcast, when you said that all the Igbo governors have been promised the president and the vice president, and they were like arguing how can all the Igbo governors be promised a president and vice president at the same time. So I just asked them a simple question. What I asked them was, have you seen an Hausa man fighting his brother in opposite party? And we are like shaking. Now I have to clear the air. So why I'm making it public so that people may understand more what the Fulanis are doing to our people. What they are doing is that, from what I understand from your broadcast, is that the people in PDP will be promising those in PDP, their fellow party members in PDP from Southeast, that they will do this for them. And those who are in APC will be doing the same thing, doing their own bidding. trying to disorganize those in Southeast and making them believe that they are together in this struggle of getting the president, you know, without knowing that all of them are doing the same thing. Just like what they are doing in what's it called, in police and the army formation. They will use those Hausa people trying to buy our people. And when they get to them, they will promise them heaven and earth, and they will fighting each other. So my advice is that our Southeast governors should know themselves, irrespective of their parties, and know that these people are using them. They should know themselves and stop doing the bidding of the Fulani herdsmen. They are destroying our people. They are making us to hate ourselves. Why they are uniting in the north and working to destroy the Southeast people? So please, my advice is to our Southeast governors for them to reason for once and see reason from what we are saying. We Biafrans are saying that enough is enough. They should stop killing our people. They should stop killing our brothers and forget about Fulanis, that they have nothing to offer them. This is what I have to advise them, Mazi. Thank you very much. And God bless you.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much, my dear brother. Thank you for that. Somebody is saying that the volume is low. I don't know what they mean by that the volume is low, but we shall endeavor to try and raise the volume as much as we can. But here this morning, we are live and we are direct. Even heaven is bearing us witness because we preach the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. That is why this very noble family is the largest mass movement on the face of this very earth. It is not by accident. It is because here we speak the truth. And everything that we say, we follow it up with action. They claim that the Pampas wearing Sarikin Fulani is back in Imo State talking as usual. Okay, set Mama, it will set very, very soon. All of you talking before, talking rubbish, you can hear what the idiot is saying. You can hear what the idiot is saying. So that you don't forget. Let us take this call. The caller on the line, can you hear me? The caller on the line, can you hear me, please? Your name and where you are. They're not paying attention. The caller on the line, can you hear me? People are coming on but not saying anything. Can you hear me? The caller on the line, can you hear me? No. Let me take another one. The caller on the line, can you hear me?
Yes, my director. Good morning.
Good morning to you, please. I want to bring your volume up. I want to bring it up, please. Your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, director, my name is Chidi Obonaya. I'm calling from London, UK.
Chidi Obonaya from the United Kingdom. Please go ahead. We are listening.
Yeah, director, there is one thing I want to suggest. Is it possible that all our ESN commanders be on satellite phone so that
even if they're going to be on satellite phone, is here we have to give me this advice? Why don't you write privately? You don't know that if there are, how many satellite phones are there in the world? Maybe about 4 maximum. Hausa Fulani, I wouldn't say Hausa Fulani, I do apologize to my Hausa friends. Fulani Janjaweed, they have over $30 billion war chest to keep Nigeria warm. They will bribe anybody, they will cajole, they will assassinate, they will kill, they will do everything within their powers to keep the zoo one. That is how they can sustain the ownership of oil wells in Bayelsa by the Sultan of Sokoto. That is the only way that the Emir of Gwandu can own oil wells in Akwa Ibom. That is the only way they can continue to dominate and make our lives a misery. 30 billion. If you mention satellite phone, they can go and buy up every satellite phone provider in the world. It will even cost them up to 4 billion. They will buy up all of them. Do you understand? Because they control the means of wealth of Nigeria. They can do whatever they like. The vast amounts of money at their disposal is limitless. They can do anything. So there are some advice you don't give live on air. I accept what you're saying. There is need for secure communication on the ground. But the very first way we can start securing our people on the ground is by those in the diaspora not calling our camps on the ground. That's number one. People, unless you are, in fact, nobody is allowed from abroad to contact commanders and men who are fighting on the ground. You are not allowed to do that. You don't know who's listening to your phone, who's tapping your phone. You can be with your friends recklessly and be making mouth, and you compromise the security of our men on the ground. What you have said is welcome, but we must look for alternative because you have said it live on air. We can no longer implement it. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. I have another caller on the line. This caller, can you hear me? No, they cannot hear me. The caller on the line, can you hear me? The caller on the line for the last time, can you hear me? I don't like people who are cold. Hey, my goodness. Very, very cold. The caller on the line, can you hear me? Good morning to you. Please give us your name and where you're calling from.
This is Obuefi Iboji. I'm calling from Benin Republic.
From Benin Republic. Please go ahead. We are all listening. Go ahead.
I must commend you. Yes. I must commend you so much for your efforts to say that you emancipate this most ancient nation on earth, Biafra.
Very old.
I must commend you so much for that.
Very, very old. Very old.
Yes. So what I want to chip in this morning is this. There is this anonymous that has been predicting every sort of information that are going to happen in the future, and it seems that some of the things that these guys say always come into accomplishment. And the guy also said that there is one Slovakian man that was paid to come and assassinate you, and that the Nigerian army is planning to raid bombs in Imo State. So I want to give an advice also for you to please be very, very careful, even the way you walk, things and people around you. Please, we can't afford to lose you. So when I got the news, I was so much worried. So I want to give you an advice. And also I want to encourage each and everyone who has been trying in one way or the other to make sure that this sovereign nation is restored. I want to commend all of you, and God is infinite mercy will always show us favor and kindness.
You say, thank you very, very much for that. Thank you very much for that. We have callers everywhere. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please?
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you. Your name and where you're calling us from?
I'm Benedict. I'm calling from Italy.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. I really want to thank you for the eye-opening you brought to us in Nigeria. Because I'm not a Biafran, but right from day one, I'll be following you. Because I used to educate people about this Biafra of the things, as in the civilization it will bring to Africa, the benefits, everything. So I used to see some people argue about this Biafra of the things. Some people are opposing it. But to my own view, I know that this Biafra of the thing is an eye-opening to Nigeria, not only Nigeria alone, but to Africa. Because we as a Nigeria in diaspora,
yes,
for bearing down in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
So this is an opportunity. I want to encourage everybody out there to support this.
But where are you from? Where are you from? What I want to ask you, where are you from? You say you're not a Biafran. Where are you from?
Okay, I'm half Delta, half Igbo. My father is Yoruba. So
okay, so you are Yoruba. You are Yoruba. We come from where our father comes from. So you are Yoruba. Yeah, you do. Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So I want to encourage everybody out there not to neglect this movement. It's really something that everybody should stick to, and you are a blessing. You are a blessing to us as in Nigeria. Yes, because sometimes before you say something, I used to argue a lot with many people out there. Even before I came to Italy, I used to argue with people out there, as in I used to tell them that you are doing a great job, that people they're supposed to support you with everything, directly or indirectly. They should support you and promote you, because this
This is what we have been waiting for. Yes, our forefather, they didn't do enough. They didn't do enough because we have been oppressed for too long. I don't know. Because sometimes, let's come to reality. Let's come to reality. When you see all these Hausa people, let's say these Fulani people, it is when I traveled to the northern part of the Italy. It was then that I begin to understand that we don't relate to these people in any form. As in, the food we eat, there's no place in this world where they call a country when you can't see the people that they don't relate with something, one thing or the other.
Yes.
But when you come to the reality, we are this Fulani, there's nothing, one single thing that I can pick up that we used to relate with them. So how will you call such type of a place a country? For crying out loud. There's nothing you can use to compare that. Yes, they look like more Nigeria. Even we look more Ghanaian more than the Fulani and all these Hausa people. Ghanaian we look similar like Ghanaians and all this thing. But the Hausa, we don't have anything similar at all. So the thing is killing. It's my head is just, I don't know. So I want to encourage everybody out there to support this movement. It is a great movement and it is eye-opening. So are they waiting for our generation to pass out before they want to put load into our generation with our unborn children? So we have to make this thing come to reality, even if we don't even benefit the separation, but let our children, we are fighting this fight for our children, our unborn children.
Of course.
So this is just it.
Thank you very much.
I will still keep encouraging people out there to support this movement, sir.
Of course. Thank you very much, my dear brother. Thank you very, very much. I think when he started, he wanted to say, thank you very, very much, my dear brother. He wanted to say half Yoruba and half Igbo, but the mom is from the Delta part, from Igbo land. They put into Delta state, so to speak. So maybe I mistakenly said half Delta, half Igbo. He wanted to say half Delta, Igbo, and half Yoruba. I welcome that very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Myself, I have blood relatives who are Yoruba, for your information. I have blood relatives who are married to Yoruba people and vice versa. One thing I do know is that at the end of this very race, Yoruba, Oduduwa and Biafra will be one. At the end of this race, Oduduwa and Biafra will be one because we reason. Can you see how brave they are, young people we are behaving yesterday in Abiyokuta? Very, very brave because they have reason. They can reason, they can think. They now understand that Tinubu is their problem, that Obasanjo is their problem. All these people all over the place, they are their problems. Now they have realized they have woken up. Who is it down to? Radio Biafra, IPOB. Not all these gossip merchants. Gossip merchants. Akoinyo, everywhere they go, they are gossiping. They have not done anything. The reason why the zoo is collapsing today is because of these indigenous people of Biafra. Nobody else. So if you're calling your meeting and you want to call the entire village, that is your problem. The reason why you want to call a meeting is because of IPOB. Then focus on IPOB and call the meeting. It serves two purposes. It will tell the other people that it is only IPOB that got us to where we are today. Only IPOB that is doing the right thing because the rest are not doing anything. They're not doing nothing. Anybody can wake up tomorrow. I'm Biafra Independent Movement. Come and join me. Let's mix together. I'm Biafra Liberation Council, all that rubbish. You have done nothing. Cannot do anything. Did not defend our land. When the history of this very battle is written about, they will say, our children will ask their teachers in schools in years to come, teacher, who drove away Fulani from Ebonyi State? They will say it is IPOB. Now you understand that? How will they remember you? People that you're asking us to go and meet, let us come together, join together. I'm asking you, what have they been able to do? I ask of you, what have they been able to accomplish? Absolutely nothing. You cannot start very well doing, let's say you're a mathematician. You cannot start very well and then you get the answer wrong. You say, oh, but you can see I started well, but I got the answer wrong. It doesn't make any sense. Makes no sense at all. People who were at the helm, who had the courage or who had the grace to stand up to mention Biafra from the beginning, why did you derail? Why did you derail?
These are the questions they must answer themselves and stop trying to interfere with. Do you know the plans we have for the zoo? Everything we are doing is step by step. Let me tell people something they don't understand about our method and how we intend to go about what we are doing. This parrot, the yapping yesterday, maybe I think Dangote Cement is hitting him very hard, so he needs more money. I think cement price has gone up to finish one of the hostels he's building. When such people speak, you listen to them. Are you not mad? That means you don't know what freedom fighting is. You have no idea what freedom fighting is all about. Accumulation of wealth, personal wealth, is not freedom fighting. It's not freedom fighting. When you have the guts to rise up to mention Biafra from the beginning, you should have remained consistent regardless of the circumstance you find yourself in. You should have remained consistent, not dancing about with politicians, not collecting money to put Okorocha or whoever in power as a governor, not to, oh, Chineke and these people, you people are mad, I'm telling you. You're not well. How many buildings did Mandela own? How many universities did Mandela build? How many people who are tormenting their oppressor is living with that oppressor in that land? 3 places: grave, prison, or exile. If you are leading any serious freedom fighting movement in the world, if you are serious, as an Ambazonia president is in jail, the leader is in jail, his lieutenants and commanders, they are outside and they are fighting, they are battling every blessed day. What does that tell you about those who are relaxing in a mansion? Their swimming pool is almost Olympic-sized swimming pool, swinging around from side to side, telling you they are freedom fighters. We are freedom fighters, we are here, we are rubbish. Dining with your enemy. Ndara, and you have time to listen to such fools. That is why all of you must be guarded in what you do. If you want to talk to IPOB, you talk to IPOB. Not telling me you want to bring this and bring that. And did those people cause you problems before? Is IPOB not the reason why you're calling for this meeting? Why add this and add that and add that and add that? During any negotiation anywhere in the world, you go to the lead movement. It is there in the United Kingdom submission, in their policy statement, in Canada, in the USA. The lead people struggling for Biafra is IPOB, no other person. Not your grandmother, your grandfather. You want to bring. Of course, only if they are part of the family, of course. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please? Your name and where you are. The caller on the line, can you hear me? The caller on the line, can you hear me? This is Radio Biafra, can you hear me? Oh my goodness, the calls are so plenty. My goodness. The calls are too much. They are way too much. They are way too much. The calls are too much. The calls are plentiful. Very, very plenty, please. Take it easy. Very, very plenty. Oh my goodness. The caller on the line, can you hear me? Oh my goodness. The lines are jammed, you know. The caller on the line, can you hear me?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, please. Your name and where you're calling us from. Good
morning, sir.
Good morning to you. Your name. Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Sir, I want to tell you something.
Go ahead.
Which is bothering my mind.
What is that?
There's one I will tell you offline. I'm in Aba. I'm calling from my here. So what I wanted to tell you is that
it's not, you know, you're not paying attention. You want to listen to your voice. You're very, very stupid. Very, very stupid and foolish. You want to listen to your voice. Is that the case? You want to hear your own voice. Is that the case? That's why you called us, to hear your voice, so you can tell your girlfriend or your woman that did you hear my voice on Radio Biafra? But he is wrong. Mad people everywhere. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please? Your name and where you are. The caller on the line, can you hear me? Your name and where you are, please.
Mazi, good morning. My name is Najuku, calling from Bremen, Germany.
From Bremen in Germany, please go ahead. We're listening.
Mazi, good morning. So let me just go straight to the point. I don't want to waste people's time because it's early in the morning. I have to give you a great thanks for all you have been doing for us. And I have two things just to bring into today's question and answer. And I will plead for you to please. It may sound funny, but I just say you should look into it because it has been bothering my mind. Because it has been a long time I tried to put some things together. If we can go do some things in Nigeria in a very special way. But I said maybe if it comes into your hand, maybe it will go more easier and better. I was just thinking if it would be possible to arrange some musicians in Biafra land. So, and these musicians, if they can, I think the son of Fela, which is Shehu, if he can be contacted and with our own brothers, all of them that have been with us, to try to see if they can have connections with some foreign singers to just bring some songs together about the history of what is going on in Nigeria these days.
And why can't they put it down in a book? Why play it in a song? So we can be listening to music and making merry and not take things seriously. Fela, listen to me, listen. Fela was a philosopher. So also was Bob Marley. So also was Lucky Dube. So also was Sonny Okosun. If in case you don't know, go and listen to all their music. Go and listen to Fela. Listen to Bob Marley. Listen to Lucky Dube. Listen to Sonny Okosun. They have put all their thoughts, all their thinking, ideology, and philosophy of liberation into music. All we do is that we go to nightclub and we dance to it. After dancing, we go home and we rest and sleep. It needs to be put down on a book so you can read.
Okay.
You can read and you understand what is happening around you. Not music. We use music to praise God in heaven. We use music to remember people and all the rest of it. Apart from that, it serves no other purpose. If you want to philosophize, if you want to teach people, if you want to propagate an ideology of liberation, the best place to put it is in a written format, in a book. So those who are keen and interested can purchase and also read it. Thank you very, very much for your advice. Thank you for that. I have another caller on the line. This caller, can you hear me?
Thank you, my lord. My name is Chinedu. I'm calling you from Aba.
Chinedu from Aba. Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Okay, Mazi, I have 3 suggestions that I want to make. Then I have one question. One of my suggestions is Mazi, I am asking if you can introduce an online training for our coordinators. A special training for all our coordinators and IPOB
officers. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you completely and totally.
Yes,
I agree with you.
That course will not be for briefing. It will be an online course. My suggestion to it is that they will even be given a certificate and they will take an exam. Because one time you told us that you are preparing writing a book.
Yes.
So before this book will come, what I am suggesting is that you will start up an online training class at least one time every week. All of them will get connected so that they should be. I want you to bring out the topic reason and the common sense. Bring out every courses that are inside the reason and common sense and they teach them everything. I know that some of us know, but let us also go and hear. Part of those things that you wrote in a book, put it in that training for them, put an exam for them, let them write that exam, because many coordinators in some areas, sometimes due to pressure or due to certain challenges, they derail from they cannot withstand the strength of the test of time. So by the time you have these online classes with them, I think it will make them to be strong. That is my number one submission. My Lord.
Hold on to number 2. Let me answer number 1, then you go to number 2. I did a training on your phone is on speaker. I did a training on Friday.
Okay.
On Friday, I have my certificate now. I did an online training on Friday, and everybody who is a commander on the ground is going to go through the same training. There is a training ongoing right now being arranged for all our finance officers. And I'm sure that Mazi Chike Doziem, who runs IPOB on a day-to-day basis as the head of the Directorate of State, will also make sure that every coordinator gets trained. I think our media people, they go through training as well. So we must be training ourselves all the time. What you said is very, very important. We need to be undergoing training on a regular basis so that when you're reallocated to another position or relocated to another position, you don't start whining, grumbling, and looking for a janjaweed to sell our secrets to, or looking for where our money is so that you can grab it and run away. Thank you very much for that. Yes, your second one, please, and very, very quickly because others are waiting. Very quickly.
Number 2, thank you. Yes, please, my lord. You know what? Apart from number 2, I will even go to number 3, but let me quickly go to number 2. Number 2 is this: because we are utilizing the resources in social media, which has also helped us. Because during the time of our Lord Ojukwu, there was no social media. Now social media has come. But then another thing has come up again. I am asking, it's my personal suggestion. Can we tap into cryptocurrency as a method of payment?
No, not now. Not now. Because we don't know what is happening to cryptocurrency. We do not know. Not yet. We do not know. Not yet. So when we are sure of that very means, then we can afford to be able to use it. And thank you very, very much for your call. Thank you very much for your call. We welcome it. Thank you very, very much. The caller on the line, can you hear me? Your name and where you're calling from?
Yes, my name is Chukwuemeka Nnadi. I'm calling from England.
Chukwuemeka from England. Please go ahead and raise your voice for us, please. Raise your voice for us, if you may.
Okay, sir. So I just want to make a little bit suggestion.
Go ahead.
Is it not all right you asked Garba Shehu and Lai Mohammed where you placed Nyesom Wike?
Yes, because there is something about Africa and their sense of primitivity. And now let me tell you one thing that people don't understand. Do you know why the End SARS protest collapsed? Because people said you cannot come from the east to Lagos to violently protest or to avenge the death of those that were murdered or slaughtered at Lekki Tollgate. In other words, you should have allowed it, since it is in Yoruba land, in Yoruba territory, you should have allowed Yorubas to deal with it. And that goes back to the heart of what I've been preaching to Africans from day one. We are tribal animals by nature, we Africans. We are always ethnocentric in our approach to things. If you know that somebody coming from the east to Lagos to protest violently against injustice is bad, why are we in the same one Nigeria? That is the question that some of them in Yoruba media working for Tinubu has not been able to answer. I'll give you another example as to why we are tribalistic. Do you know that Obasanjo came out yesterday to say he is not necessarily in support of Tinubu, but for the Africa Development Bank chairman, Adesanya, whatever his name is. You know, he's a dapper, he's a young man, he looks very bright, he looks very intelligent. Perhaps if I believe in the zoo, which I don't, I will never believe in, he is the type of person that I may consider to even be a president. I don't mind. He looks very clean and neat. The Africa Development Bank chairman, he's Adesanya, he's a Yoruba chap. But do you know that Obasanjo could not recommend any other young, vibrant leader from the East? There is Donald Duke. I remember the time during the first part of this useless rubbish they call dispensation in 1999 to heaven knows, was it 2011 or whatever. Donald Duke was doing very, very well. In Cross River State, people even suggested that he should be the president of Nigeria. But Obasanjo did not recommend him. This was a man that held political office in Cross River State and did exceptionally well. Obasanjo did not recommend him. Obasanjo recommended his own brother again. This is to tell you that people are very parochial, people are very tribal, people are very ethnocentric. They always gravitate towards their own people. That is why Nigeria can never stand. I don't know why people always want to argue foolishly about sustaining one Nigeria. Please go ahead.
Okay, one more thing I want to say, sir. I think our people should not take David Umahi's comment serious that Ebubago is not against ESN.
There is no Ebubago. If we see them, we eat them alive. Always in Angwadi Tanyanya. If you think that you are doing a bubago, come out to see you outside. You can do a bubago inside the government house, 15 or 20 of them. You can do your bubago maybe around the government building or whatever. Any day we catch of those idiots wearing those water uniform. Those water uniform. Any day we catch them outside, they are finished. That their vehicle will turn it into our own. Watch and see what is going to happen to them. Let them come outside now and patrol. Let us see. Come on, like I said to Hope, if you say if anybody wants to doubt our resolve or say we are not doing anything, I want one single community to host Hope. One community. And go see that thing they want, they will see it. Some idiots are going about saying, oh, they are attacking their own people. These idiots were there when they came to my house to kill me. They didn't say anything. These bastards were there when they came to my house and killed 28 men. My father and my mother died as a result of it. My mother-in-law died as a result of it. These idiots never said anything. They were there when the same Nigeria police and army went on board and killed people. They said nothing. They were there when we were rallying for Trump. Not even for Biafra in Uganda, only for Trump. They were killing us with their snipers. Nobody said anything. Now the shoes in the other foot and now they're talking rubbish, thinking they can use emotional blackmail to get us. If you want peace in the land, you must set up an open, independent panel of inquiry with a South African white judge, not a black man. You go to South Africa, you bring a white judge, a white man from South Africa, or white woman, a judge, to come to Biafra land and preside over the case of the slaughter of the innocent by the police and the army that nobody wants to talk about. People talk about unknown gunmen. I'm asking you, when unknown soldiers were killing people, what did you say? When Obasanjo sent unknown soldiers to go and kill the mother of Fela and Nicola Kokuti, did you do anything? When they sent unknown parcel bomb to Delegiwa to kill him, did you say anything? Because anything that calls itself a Nigerian is a natural born hypocrite. And that is why the zoo is sinking and sinking very, very fast. Boko Haram is in fact, ISIS in West Africa, only 1 hour from Asorok. But they are deploying soldiers to Jukubonka. There are soldiers near my house right now. They have come. The same with Jukubonka, they have come. Any day they die, they start looking for who to blame. They are the ones looking for trouble. They have come. They are the ones shooting people dead in Owerri. None of you can talk about it now. Nobody can. That idiot, that hotel building, stinking, filthy looking idiot, a fool, complete fool. Did not even talk about the first year students shot dead by the army because they gave the idiot money. Our people must understand we are not going back, we're not going to stop. Let that heaven fall. It's only tear that will come out, not blood. For very many years, they were killing us. Nobody was saying anything. They kept killing us. They went to MNN in broad daylight, DSS. When Fulani was attacking Nimbo, also one, DSS did not go to stop them. DSS never abducted any Fulani, Janjaweed terrorists. Never. It's only us. They came to MNN to come and kill us because we are asking for freedom. The same thing that Azikiwe asked for, Awolowo asked for, Tafawa Balewa asked for, Ahmadu Bello asked for. Nobody killed them. That we are asking for, and you want to kill us, and you want us to fold our hands while you're killing us every day, and we keep writing that. That is why anything that they give us, they will receive it twice or double. They'll get it double. I said I will bury Ikonso with 2,000 heads of army and police, and it's going to happen. God punish them. Thank you very much for your call. The caller on the line, can you hear me? The caller on the line, can you hear me? No, they cannot hear me. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please? Your name and where you're calling us from, if you may.
Good morning, sir. Mazi.
Good morning to you.
My name is Heja Meze, Frank India Damange. I'm calling from the Republic of Ghana.
And where are you from? Your name sounds a bit...
Heja Meze Wonwa.
Heja Meze Wonwa, of course. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes. Please go ahead.
Yes. Yes, sir. In respect of our test of this month, your broadcast,
Yes.
you did mention about that you allowed, you've given them option to can declare the winner at the public place at the vote booths.
Yes.
Then I begin to ask question because if we can replicate what happened to Imo State, my state, what of after announcing the winner and they allowed the winner to run for few months or days as usual, they use their normal court order or court whatsoever to impose another person. What can we do to that?
They cannot, because they are not that foolish. Janjaweed are not that foolish. They are not. They have a few of them that can still reason. They're not that foolish. Once that person is publicly announced and duly elected as the governor of Anambra State, I'm not sure anybody is going to stop them or try to tamper with the result. But what we are telling them stands. We don't want anybody to announce any result in Abuja. It has to be. They must give guarantees. Or else they know what is coming. They know what is coming. They know what is coming. Thank you very much for your call. Thank you very, very much for your call. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please? Your name and where you are.
My great leader, may God bless you. May Chukwukabiyama be kind with you.
You say,
always.
And you too. Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
My name is Obase. I'm from a place called Akeze, one of the smallest republic in Igbo land. I thank you so much for what you've been doing. I don't have much to say, but I said you should continue to hold them on the balls, on the scrotum that you're holding them.
Of course, we are not going to allow them to do anything. Absolutely nothing. They understand it. The Janjaweed understand the way we operate. We cannot allow them any breathing space until, if they want peace, give me a referendum. If you want peace, give me a referendum. If our people don't understand that, as I was responding to the previous caller and the useless hotel building, shameless idiot somewhere in nowhere, one thing they must understand is this: we are doing everything we are doing incrementally. If what we are doing, if we had launched ESN, let's say last year, people will misunderstand us. There is a time for everything. Any action you're taking to dismantle the zoo must be guided by heaven itself. If we had introduced ESN in 2017, 2018, 2019, oh my God, people won't understand what we're doing. But now that we have done it, everybody have come to the realization that what we have done is good. So everything takes time. When the time comes for us to cripple the economy of the zoo, we'll cripple it. That time hasn't come yet. Allow the people to feel the pain. Let them understand that Fulani never meant well for them. I want them to understand that Tinubu, Obasanjo, all these one Nigeria slaves that neo-colonialists are using do not mean well for them. When we get to that stage, then you sing the zoo. When the Avengers came before, Avengers came a little bit too early. That was why they stopped. They gave them money and they stopped. That is why cavorting with politicians is a very dangerous thing. I'm telling you the truth. That is why we can never honor this their useless meeting that they're calling us to come and do with them. We won't honor it.
Exactly.
We know the way look at what they did to Avengers, and if today Avengers is dead. Avengers dead. And nothing was accomplished. Please go ahead.
Yeah. When anybody is talking about you colliding with other people for this struggle, you have to remind them to a man called Robert Sobukwe. Robert Sobukwe was one of the stalwart of ANC during their liberation struggle in South Africa. He left ANC because there was ideological differences between him and Nelson Mandela and Walter Sisulu. He said that the ANC has to be made up of only black people of Africa, so that they will take the glory when they have the
Walter Sisulu. You mean Walter Sisulu? Yes.
No, Walter Sisulu, Robert Sobukwe, and Nelson Mandela and Walter Sisulu was in one argument, one side of the argument.
Yes.
So Mangoliso is saying that the ANC has to be made up of only black African people, no Indian, no white, no Jew, nobody. So that when they get this freedom, they will be proud to say that they get the freedom. Then Nelson Mandela said, no,
that we Europeans have been here for centuries. So if there is any European that is genuine, they can absorb them in ANC, both Indians and Pakistanis. So this was why Roboso Bukwe left ANC. He was one of the leading stalwarts of ANC, just like Edozie is to you today. He left ANC, but he left ANC and formed a political movement called PAC, Pan-African Congress of Tanzania. But one day, he never attacked ANC. He continued to attack the apartheid regime that was that they were targeting. So he never said anything against Walter Sisulu or Mandela or other liberation struggle leaders. But he focused on the apartheid regime with his new movement with other people that left ANC at the time. So what I'm saying is this, that when people are saying come to meeting, come and join, you have the opportunity as well to focus your energy on the Fulani, whom we are fighting against. We don't have to be with anybody in order to achieve what we are looking for. We already know in IPOB that we will achieve it by the grace of God. So anybody coming and say, come and follow, come and join, you have to remind them that man, Roboso Bukwe, his party is still in South Africa till today. ANC is still there. So, and they are still in different ideological movement in politics today. So that is what I want to say. Then again, there's somebody who made a comment last time. We are hearing a rumor of Vaclav from Serbia.
That is Vaclav. The Vaclav must be afraid of Nnamdi Kanu.
Yeah.
Should be afraid.
Vaclav is somebody. Some of us already know his profile for a very long time, but we know a lot of things are going on. A lot of things are going on in your head. We know that because of some of us who has been outside and who has been on the street movement as well. We know what these people are capable of doing because of their money. We know that they have been pushing hand everywhere to terminate whatever is going on. But the only thing is that we will be praying, and now we ask you to take personal precaution as well.
Of course, it's only I have been taking precaution for very many years. It didn't start today.
Yes,
they came to my house to kill me. They surrounded my house and they couldn't kill me. Is it one wretched Caucasian that will? Who is the idiot? Who is the idiot? Where I am, if they see any white person around that very place, they'll kill the idiot. So let him come. Who is the fool? What stupid Vaclav is that? Thank you very much, my dear brother. Thank you very much. I have another caller on the line. This caller, can you hear me? Your name and where you are, please, if you may. The caller on the line, can you hear me? No, they cannot hear me. The caller on the line, can you hear me? The calls are too, oh my God, the calls are too much. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please?
Yes, my lord.
Please.
Mazi, they are paying people 50,000 naira to come online and agitate that Nigeria is fixable. That is what is going on now. They are paying 50,000 naira to people. Somebody collected their money and ran away. They gave one guy money. The guy ran away with the money. So there is another one Yoruba boy that they gave 150,000. His name, he said he's doing Niger Life Matter. So he collected the money. The guy gave me the profile of the boy and every information of he used to deliver the money there. IPOB, we work with fast and vigorous. I have the fast and we post it online. 50,000. What they are doing. So where Thunder fire them is that the Fulani that will do the work don't know how to do English. They don't know anything. They cannot do anything online. So that is where Thunder fired them in that angle. And now they come to Biafra land looking for 50,000 naira to share people to go online. To tell people that Nigeria is fixable. Nigeria is not fixable.
My dear brother, you made me laugh this morning, honestly. They are paying the 50,000 naira. Zoological Republic. Nushi. The caller on the line, can you hear me? The caller on the line, can you hear me? The caller on the line, can you hear me?
Hello, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you. Please, your name and where you're calling us from, if you may.
My name is Mazi Nnamdi David. I'm calling from Thailand.
From Thailand, please go ahead.
Yeah, sir. I want to ask a question, sir. Now the Janjaweed Geological Republic of the Zoo is disturbing us through this from their agent, Mark Zuckerberg. Last time, there was a time we talked about our own application and how to start using our own application. So I want to know what we are doing to get our own application so we can leave their devilish Facebook for them and for us to broadcast on our own platform where we can be
We have gone very far in that. We have gone very, very far. Simon Epa has briefed me on the progress we are making, including my secretary, and we are making a whole lot of progress. The Android is ready, but we are waiting for the iOS to be completed. You know that security is key. When you're launching such a project, you don't even want your enemies to know where it's being hosted and what is happening, because they'll go and simply buy over the company. It's happened to us before. Nigeria bought over Satlink before in Israel. I went to Israel, I went to Tel Aviv, and I signed a contract with Satlink, Israeli satellite provider, to be carrying our signal on Amos 5 satellite. And lo and behold, the Nigerian government went and bought over the company for $28 million. Bought over a company in America. That American company now took over Satlink. The first thing they did was to write to me. They emailed me and said, "Oh, please, can you bring your contract that we have with you? Oh, why don't you change your..." They asked me to change my tone, how I preach and how I castigate Nigeria. I still have the email. And I told the woman, with all due respect, go to hell. And that was how we left Satlink and now moved to the new people that we're with. That tells you what we are. People don't understand the enormity. Look at now, the people 50,000 naira to go online and be writing Nigeria can be salvaged. Nigeria is free, because they know everybody knows. Even ant on the ground knows that the zoo is not fixable. But that is black people for you. After all, it takes a black man to colonize and enslave another black man. That's where we are. Thank you very much for your call. Thank you very, very much. I have another caller on the line. This caller, can you hear me? Your name and where you are, please. The caller on the line, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you. Your name and where you're calling us from.
My name is Uchenna Ibe. I'm calling from Houston, Texas.
From Houston in Texas. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I want to thank you and appreciate you for a wonderful work, sir. My question on this one, not really a question, it's advice kind of, we've spoken before on this issue. They keep scaring us with what will happen when Biafra is restored in terms of using South Sudan as a reference. My question on that advice is, what do we need to do? We need to do everything possible to make sure we do not fight each other,
Who is going to fight us? If the zoo, army, and police cannot fight us openly, who is the idiot that will try to fight us? Who is the idiot? Is it because we're keeping quiet? If I want all these idiots there, I'll give the order to you there. By tomorrow, they will all be massacred. Who is the idiot that's going to start a civil war in Biafra land when Biafra comes? Who is the bagger? I ask you. Who is the idiot? Or you think that making one 10-minute video sitting on your balcony entitles you to let him bring out his army? Let us see. Let the idiot bring out his army. Let's see. Is it because we're keeping quiet? And if we fight a civil war, then so what? Did America not fight a civil war? America fought Britain, became free from Britain, the same greatest country on this earth. USA fought a civil war. Then so what? I ask, if we have to fight a war. If they bring it to us, we'll fight it. Thank you very much. But asking Ohaneze, asking IPOB, this great family that is responsible for destroying the zoo, you invite us, you invite all these other cockroaches. You are dreaming. They are mad people. The caller on the line, can you hear me? What is your name and where are you calling from? He is not paying attention. He is listening to his own voice as usual. Him and this UG, we hardly ever listen. The caller on the line, can you hear me? The caller on the line, can you hear me? They cannot hear me. They are busy as always, waiting and hoping to hear their own voice. The caller on the line, can you hear me? Good morning to you, please. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Emmanuel. I'm calling from Akwa Ibom, Biafra land.
Akwa Ibom is doing me proud. I'm telling you, I am so proud of Akwa Ibom. I'm so proud. The land of Philip Effiong. So proud, I'm telling you. So proud of the men there. So proud of them. Please go ahead.
Mazi, please, I have something to contribute.
Go ahead.
We in Akwa Ibom here, we have been misused so much that so many people are ignorant of this very movement. Not because of anything, because of our leaders, our wicked leaders, because they are not leaders, they are bloodsuckers. If you notice that we have oil in our town here, we are the most oppressed people, that even in our parastatals, in our local government, you find nothing than Fulani working in our government.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
I'm telling you, and what I notice is that the command you give is not being effectively working in Akwa Ibom. Like the land grazing of a thing. If you go to Idoro Road in Akwa Ibom here, you will see cattle running everywhere. You go to Etinan, down to Aka Road, you will see checkpoints everywhere. But Mazi, that is not the case this morning. The case is that we have some resolute ones that is determined to join ESN. We don't have the direct link now to join. And the boys here, including me, we are ready. We are ready to die for anything to bring Biafra, our country, because of there is a question I asked my dad ever since I've started following you since 2019. You said, go and ask your parents where are you from? Who is your indigenous? Where is your indigenous home? And now I went to my father and asked him, you're about 50-something years old, like you told me. Okay, now you are from Nigeria. Where was your father from? My father cannot give me that answer up to date. Imagine, and I've been trusting my roots because of the lectures I've been getting from you. Believe me, man, I am from Biafra land, and nobody can doubt me that. As in, no one can tell me that I am not from Biafra. This zoological republic, I am tired of this country. I am going to contribute any quarter to end this country, because of this is not a country. This is a zoo, and I want to be in this zoo. This Mazi, what I want is that I would like a link that can direct us, because of we like my friends that is also determined like me, that really wants to join ESN. We need a link to join ESN to defend our father's land, because this is our mother's land, and we need to defend it with all we have.
We are going to, I will send you a link right after this very program, and you'll be contacted on the ground. You have spoken very gallantly. And as I keep saying to our people all the time, they keep talking about other. I said, no. The closest relatives the Igbo people have is Ibibio. As I have said time and time again, when the white man came, they could not distinguish between Ibibio and Igbo. It's because of Ibibio, that was why they named Igbo people Igbo, I-B-O. Because the white man said that Ibibio and Igbo are the same people. And as I'm talking to you now, I want you to take this thing back again to your father and let your father understand one simple fact. The same thing that the Fulani Janjaweed are doing today did to them during the war. They will dress their people up. Janjaweed dress them up in Biafran army uniform. They will go, Britain taught them to do this. They will go and commit atrocities that people may say it is Biafran soldiers that are killing them. Whereas it is not Biafran soldiers. It is Fulani Janjaweed killing them. This is the thing that our people must understand. This is the thing that they must understand. Now, let me read this thing for you so you understand. Are you Anang? Are you Ibibio? Where are you from? Oron, where are you from?
I'm from Ibibio. I'm from Ibibio.
Now, listen. As I'm talking to you right now, my dear brother, I have gone online. As I'm talking to you now, you know I can multitask. As I'm talking to the whole world, yes. I'm also typing. People don't know this. I can multitask very well. Now, listen very carefully. I am reading to you a Wikipedia entry of Ibibio people, that every Ibibio listening right now may understand this. And after reading this, our people will indulge me, please. I will also read the one for Efik. I will read the one for Ijo, so that people can understand. I have not written this thing. These are things that are written independently and verified by other people. Now listen very, very carefully to what I have to say. The Ibibio people are a coastal people in southern Nigeria. They are mostly found in Akwa Ibom, Cross River, and on the eastern part of Abia. Ibibio people are in Abia State. Are you listening? Abreba, precisely. It is here. It is here. Not me writing it. It is here. Abreba, that is part and parcel and core Igbo land, is also Ibibio. People don't know this, but I'm telling you. Now, let us continue. Do you know what they said? They said Ibibio people are related to Anan Igbo. Is here. And Efik people. Which means we are all one people. Forget about the differences in language and all the rest of it. If somebody, if Ada baby, Ada Nsuka, that I cherish so much, if Ada Nsuka goes into Nsuka, men Nsuka dialect, I will not understand what she's saying. I will not hear one single word. If I go into proper Ibeku dialect, nobody can understand what I'm saying. They are all Igbo language. People must. It is saying, who are the people? Who are Ibibio people? Ibibio people are found in Akwa Ibom, in Cross River, and in Abia State. They are related to Anan Igbo and Efik people.
Very correct.
Chai. We are all one people. They want to divide us, but they can never succeed.
I have found it myself, like my village where I come from, we boundary with Oluchuku.
Okay.
We boundary with Oluchuku, and we have been very close in tradition. Mazi, please, I would like to contribute something.
Please go ahead.
I will ask this as a request also. If you can host a class to lecture just Akwa Ibom people, because of why I come to realize that we have so many ignorance people around the state here. People don't understand what we are doing on ground. Like, we have been following all your brokers from day one, even from where I did not even join till date. I have been following up, and I can be very proud that I am well educated on what you have been teaching, because of with the fact and figures you have been giving to people when you are always online. Man, I am happy, and what I will say that may the Almighty God strengthen you more, give you the grace, the knowledge, the wisdom to deliver us, because I know you will do. When they say that people are sent by God, I do not believe it. You are the one that have proven to me that, man, I don't have to that people are sent by God. You are the number one example, and I will say that God will always strengthen you. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I don't have more.
I am going to call you. I will have this conversation with you in a short while.
I want to join that. It's possible to stop.
I have now gone to Efik.
You say? Thank you very much, my dear brother.
My dear brother, please stay on the line. Stay where you are. I'm coming back to you. Stay where you are. I'm coming back to you.
My dear brother, please stay.
Please, those of you who are online now, to go. My dear brother, please stay on the line. Stay where you are. I'm coming back to you. Stay where you are. I'm coming back to you. Just give me some time. I want to clarify something. Stay where you are. Stay where you are, please. I want to clarify something. Stay where you are. I want our people, please, those of you who are online now, to go and Google Efik people. Go to Google and you write Efik people on Google. Write it and join me as we educate our people. I told you that all of us are from Anambra State. That is what I said before. I said we are all from Anambra State to start with. Even Arochukwu that you're seeing. Everybody's from Anambra State. When I say that we are all Igbo people say, Igbo man, you want to colonize us, you want to go back. I want them to understand, not from me, because everything here has been verified, and I want to read for you. Efik people. Our dear brother called us now from Akwa Ibom, Ibibio land. I now want to bring to the attention of the whole world. I want mankind to understand what I am saying this very morning about Efik people. Listen, open your ears, and I read. The Efik are an ethnic group located primarily in southern Nigeria, in the southern part of Cross River State. Now listen, the Efik speak the Efik language, which is a Benue Congo language of the Cross River family, including Igbo, of course, but it didn't add it here. Now listen, listen carefully, please. Efik oral histories tell of migration down the Cross River from Arochukwu. These people from Arochukwu founded numerous settlements in the Calabar and the Creek Town area. People from Arochukwu are Efik people. The day you see that pig in the creek, and all those idiots yapping their mouth, we are Ejo is separate from this, Ejo. I will destroy you with historical facts and figures. It is here. Those that founded Efik. Efik people are from Arochukwu. Efik, it is here. The Nzuzu people without brain. You will be there, a white man, and not even a white man. Somebody will come from Kotangora to come and tell you that your own brother is not your own brother. Where is Lai Limoke from? Where is he from? Donald Duke, where is he from? I don't know to Igbo people of Cross River State. I don't know to Igbo. It is here. Efik, oh, including the Obong of Calabar. Efik, it is here. It is here. They think you don't know I do my research before I say anything. Everything I tell you is 100% correct. You see Efiko, you see Ibibio, you see Anango, you see Igbo. All one people. All one people. It is here. People migrated from Arochukwu the same way idiots like Wike is saying that Ikwere is not Igbo. Because that is who we are. Autonomous community. The only people with autonomous community in the whole world. Gospel from heaven. People say, Igbo nation, live Efik. You claim you are an intellectual. Simple to do research and ask yourself, why is Nnamdi Kanu insisting that he's going to go with Efik, with Ibibio, with Anang, with Ejo? You have not done that research. If you do the research, my dear brother or sister, you will come to the same conclusion. It is here, it is written. Efik, you're hearing. Obong of Calabar, Efik this, Efik that. We are the same people. There are people from Arochukwu. Migration. We started migrating when Elohim said we should live. I have preached this thing so many times. They don't want to listen. The Biafra you have today are made up of three people. Three distinct groups of people. One are the Bijango people. The very old people. Those that know, that gave the world palm oil processing, how to process palm oil. The Bijango people, very, very old, the oldest people on the face of this earth. Ndibo, old people. They were in our land. The first wave came from Egypt when the movement towards the Holy Land, when Elohim called his children, Chukwokikabiama, to go to Holy Land, some decided to migrate. You know, we are very stubborn people. You know, it's normal. They missed the road and started coming. They came through Sudan. They came through the western axis of Mali. They came via Yoruba land, which is including because Yoruba Empire is even not up to Benin Republic, and they came and settled in Igbo land. Second wave, the third wave came from the Holy Land itself after the Assyrian army invaded and collapsed it. And that is the part of Israel where I stay in. Anytime I go there, you know, the funniest thing is that the earth, the sand there is also red. They have our Georgia, red sand. That's what they have there. In a place called Harish, in Israel. The sand is red, like the sand you have in my village. They came from there. That is the calling of the house of Ephraim and Benjamin. There's something I don't want to tell you about Biafra yet, because I want your brains to develop before I tell you that very story. The calling of the house of Ephraim. And they started traveling and they went to the Afar region of Ethiopia. They sojourned there for very many years. They started their migration. They went through Rwanda. They went through Congo. They went through Gabon. They went through Cameroon. And they crossed the Omambala River. And before they crossed the river at Omambala, stones fell from heaven and gave them steps through which they stepped on to cross. And once they crossed, Chukwu Kikabiama said that this is the land I'm giving to you. Those are the three people there that made up our land. And from there, Owe-Eri came about. From there, Arochukwu, the priestly clan, our own house of Levi, Arochukwu, their job is to pray to God, and that is their name, Arochukwu. That is where you have Ihechi, where the light of God shines upon the children of men. Ihechi Owa, the light of God shining upon the sons of men in Arochukwu. From that same Arochukwu, they continued their journey, and they founded the great Efik nation that you have. My God in heaven, only if our people knew their history, who they are, because they understand that the only way that the Sultan can control oil wells in Bayelsa is by dividing us. Everybody from a Jaw land, you are from Arochukwu. A Zon is Arochukwu. Efik is Arochukwu. Fact. And you know, we are doing, do any of you know we're doing our DNA sequencing now of all these people to bring it conclusively to the table that we are all one people. We are going to shock the whole world. Just forget all this nonsense. We are calling the meeting. ESN is coming to a meeting. We want to call Masop. How many are there in Masop? Are they up to 50? Let them come out and march. I am not in Biafra land. If I give the order for people to come out on the streets, my Lord God in heaven, I'm sure you know what the result will be. Idiot, busy buying rod and cement and molding block. You refer to such a person as a freedom fighter? That means you don't even know what freedom fighting means. You have no idea. Let us go back to our line. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please? Your name and where you're calling us from, if you may. I have a caller on the line. This caller, can you hear me? No, they cannot hear me. They cannot hear me. Let us go and take this one. The caller on the line, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Please, your name and where you're calling us from, if you may.
Yeah, my name is Abedemi. I'm calling from New York.
Sorry, what is your name? What's your name?
My name, I'm an Oduduwa lady. My name is Abedemi. I'm calling from New York.
Thank you very much. You're welcome. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for your great job. Thank you for opening our eyes. Thank you for letting us know that we have been sleeping. And I would like to say one thing. The Yoruba race, the 21st century Yorubas have woken up. Obasanjo is not speaking for us. The old Afenifere, they are not speaking for us. But Adesoya is not speaking for us. And nobody, they are not speaking for us. We, the Yoruba youth, we have risen. And let them say whatever they want to say. Yoruba nation has come to stay. We have come to stay. We are not going to let them dictate our future for us anymore.
Wonderful.
So we've told them. And the Yoruba, we are doing our agitation right now, which is the next stage that we are right now, and we've told them no governor of any kind can stop us from agitating. Any day because we heard the news that they want to start a lockdown in Yoruba states, and because of the rally we are doing, and we've told them any day they are going to start the lockdown, that is when we, the Yoruba, are going to go to whichever state to do our rally, and they cannot stop us.
Amazing.
So we, the Yoruba people, we don't support whatever all these big fools are doing. They are not our voices anymore. We reject them in total, and they cannot speak for us no more.
Wonderful.
And we, the Yorubas, we stand for a Yoruba nation. And we, Yoruba people, if you look at our history very well, you will know that we have so many things to do with the Igbos, the Biafrans.
Of course.
They are like our brothers
Of course.
from another mother.
Of course, that's
We
true.
have everything in common. Our education, everything is together.
Yes.
So these people cannot speak for us. They cannot tell us what to do at this stage of our life. There's an adage that says that the children are the futures of tomorrow.
Yes.
But we have realized that our elders decided to be the futures of tomorrow. When they say these days, it's the adage that says that when a young man, what a young man sees clamping an iroko tree, that an elder sees sitting on whatever. No, it doesn't work these days anymore. This is a jet age.
Yes.
This is a jet age. We will tell them what to do. They don't have the right to tell us what to do.
I agree. I agree.
We are the leader.
Yes.
We want to take the leadership away from them. And I'm using this opportunity to tell Tinubu in Lagos. We are bringing the rally down to Lagos. Tinubu and his so-called slaves called Oluoma of Oshodi or whatever. He's saying that Yoruba nation should not come to Lagos. We are telling them we, the Yoruba youth, are coming to Lagos. And nothing will happen. Any state that they shoot anybody and we have any casualty, that state is going down.
Wonderful.
That is it.
Hey,
it's
hallelujah.
Going down.
Hallelujah.
That state is going down. That is the spirit of a Yoruba. And all those Fulani that came to Ekiti-Pupa, we have given them 14 days. If they don't go back, there will be fire in Ekiti State. And all those stupid leaders, the governors that are so corrupt, because of their corruption, they cannot speak. All the obas, these people are crazy. We the youth, we have risen, and we don't care. They should not support us. If you don't want to support us, don't talk. But when you talk and you're not supporting us, then you're going down. We are done with all this shit they are doing. They are all going down. We are going to start cleaning from the top. We don't give a fuck about all these stupid leaders that corruption has eaten into their deep brain and they cannot reason anymore. Our people cannot be killed in the farm, and you people say they took people to the police station, and what they did is they lock up the people that took Wakili to police station. What kind of country is that? Double standard. We don't want it anymore. We don't. Yoruba nation is coming, and Yoruba nation has come to stay.
Wonderful. I'm very, very grateful to you, my dear sister. I am amazed. I can't say I'm amazed, because what is happening now is what we knew would happen. And for hotel builder, that is something that IPOB has been able to do, to wake everybody up. People are now listening. Even Hausa is listening also in the zoo. I have them communicating with me. Hausa people are communicating with me, telling me how they are grateful that we have opened their eyes. Our brother that called from Akwa Ibom, you can hear what he was saying. He listened to Radio Biafra and went and asked his father a question. The father has not answered him since 2019 till now. The father has not answered that very question. Yet to answer it. We are, as I said, some of you don't know this. I said there are 3 people that make up the Biafra nation. The original aborigines of the land, the ancient people. Ndibo. The first wave of the migration, and I told you that they passed through Yoruba land. That's what I said. They passed through Yoruba land. I am going to shock you. There are people in Yoruba land that answer the same surname with the same meaning as some of us in Igbo land. You don't know this, but one day I will reveal it. And now they have realized that their problem is Obasanjo and Tinubu and all the rest of them. These corrupt people. Allow my 8 years to finish, talking rubbish every blessed day. We are the people. We determine what happens. If in the future Biafra votes to be in the same nation with Oduduwa, that is your business, that is your prerogative. I am not the people. The people will speak. But I'm saying that what unites us is very, very deep. Every time you hear, if you ask them, what is your, classify Yoruba language, say it belongs to the Niger-Congo family. Efik, Niger-Congo family. Igbo, Niger-Congo family. It tells you something. Just do your research. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please? I want to know if you can hear me. Good morning to you. Your name and where you're calling from?
Hey, they wasn't showing, the line wasn't coming up. You cannot place calls. This is terrible. Absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible, please. Do bear with me. Absolutely terrible. I have a caller on the line. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
My name is Chijo Kepasi from Mafia in Biafra land.
Yes.
Hello? Chijo Kepasi from Mafia in Biafra land. Chijo Kepasi from Mafia in Biafra. Chijo Kepasi from Mafia in Biafra land.
Yes, please, go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead, please. And where are you calling from?
Mafia in Biafra land. Chijo Kepasi.
Please go ahead.
Okay, what I want to say is that the Fulani are trying to use the strategy which Frederick Lucifer used, which is this warrant chiefs. Warrant chiefs, you know, when Lugard could not conquer the Igbos.
Give me your name, please. I'm sorry to bring you back. Give me your name again, please. Your name again.
Chijioke Basi.
Basi.
Yes, sir.
Do you know the answer Basi in Akwa Ibom and in Cross River?
Of course I know.
Is your name Basi for real or you're joking?
No, my surname is Basi, my grandfather's name.
And where are you from? Arochukwu?
Ahafia.
You know, it's the same Arochukwu and Ahafia, that is something. Your surname is Basi.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Hey, please go ahead. It's for the Fulefus to hear. Oh. We want Igbo nation only. Igbo nation only. Come and see your brother answering Basi. Maybe you will deport him to Akwa Ibom or to Cross River. And it's from Ahafia. Please go ahead.
You know this Ahafia is doing the reason why they called Ahafia is because when these were people that were coming from a journey, so they settled in a forest. So when people were passing, when they see them, they say that these people, as in Oha means a group of people. Then Ohafia means forest. That's Ohafia. That is group of people living in a forest. That is where they got the name.
And let me tell you your history also. Ohafia people came from Ahaba, Asaba, present day Asaba, the so-called Delta State. Ohafia migrated from Ahaba, which is the capital of Delta State, Asaba. That's where they came from.
Yes.
They came and they passed through Ibeku. That is why Ibeku cannot fight Ohafia people. Ohafia cannot levy war on Ibeku forever and ever. It was a blood covenant, a blood oath, taken at a place called Odedanyawo, the present-day Umuahia North local government area headquarters. Ibeku people gave Ohafia people land there to stay before they moved to where they are today, into the bushes and the forests, adjoining Arochukwu. So that the people must understand this. The same. So half people can even claim that they are not Igbo, they are from Niger Delta, if they want to, because that's where Zu alumni, God forbid. Please go ahead.
Okay, so what I'm saying is that the introduction of warrant chiefs during Lugard was to conquer the Igbos, because the Igbos were not receiving order from any king because we had no kings.
That is true.
And if you look at the Fulani now, this is the same strategy they are using by bringing warrant slaves in the name of Eastern governors so that we can take orders from them.
Warrant governors, you mean? I've had a new one today. Yes. Warrant governors. Yes. Before it was warrant chiefs. With the likes of the Pampas wearing Sarikini Fulani of Imo State, is now warrant governors that we have.
Yes. Now, they see that once they impose somebody on us, somebody who can give orders, if they can control that person, they can control us. So I'm suggesting that our strategy should be on how to take away this blockage in the name of warrant governors or warrant slaves. Now, there is this question I want to ask. You know, we are in a democratic regime where fundamental human rights are recognized even by the United Nations. Now, I want to ask, is there no provisions made in the international court where we can sue the 1914 amalgamation? Because this amalgamation was not from the consent of the people. The people were not consulted. And that is a violation of human rights, a violation of a right to association, to belong where you want to or where you don't want to. Is there no provision made in the international court to sue this 1914 amalgamation?
There is provision, but you cannot sue them because there is a statute of limitation on it. That's number one. And number two, the court, you are going to also have colonies in Africa as well. So it's not going to all go well. But we are doing things. It's not everything that we're doing that we're going to reveal. But we are making immense progress. Immense progress. We are making immense progress, I can assure you. And thank you very much for your enlightening call. I'm so happy. I'm in love with your surname. That somebody from Ohafia is Basi. I'm so happy. And I'm delighted.
See, listen, it's not only my family. There are many of them that is in Ohafia that is answering this Basi as his surname. It's not only my family.
So what we are going to do is there's one experiment we're going to do. We're going to send you to an Ibibio meeting or an EFIC meeting, and you go there where they'll be talking rubbish about Igbo this, Igbo that, and then you will stand up and introduce yourself as Mr. Basi. After speaking, you say you're Igbo. I want to see their faces. I will pay anything to see their faces after that. Thank you very much. Gigi, okay, thank you very, very much.
Your notice about the Nigerian military in Ariara Junction, where they situated their camp. They use this cement bank to build a fortress. If you don't raise up your hand, you can't pass from there. They've been embarrassing people a lot in Ariara.
No, don't worry about that. They know their end is coming. It's only a matter of time. They know that. Then it's inevitable. The angels will find them and send them to Elohim for proper judgment. Thank you very much for your call, my dear brother. Hey, this morning, our sister, all of you that contributed this morning to making this program what it is, I commend. The calls are plentiful, very, very plentiful, I tell you. Many, many people are still calling us, but I'm sure I'll be back again live in the evening in 2 days' time, and then the other 2 days I will be live. I will also try and make sure that... I will also make sure that we are live every 2 days, as I promised you, because the zoo is collapsing, and we have collapsed it completely and totally. I thank all of you this very morning for joining us. It's been interruption after interruption. People trying to meet with me, but I shall see them very, very shortly. I thank all of you for listening. Once again, from me, from here, in 2 days' time, we're going to reconvene 7 p.m. in the evening. It is good morning.
Savior, holy, 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 another Savior, holy, 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 holy,
Well, this is Mobien. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPOB families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran war, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out. Holy, 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 is another Savior. They were singing out. Holy, 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 holy. Many years after the genocide, whoa, it's another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. Hey, when I'm singing along.